All right, good evening, y'all. Good evening. Um, there we go. Screen is up. parched. All right, so welcome to the live market observation, Friday, February 19th. It's early, so it's actually about 12:52 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're gonna do some observation for a little bit here. Take a look at this market. Market I'm watching is the euro dollar. Platform that you're looking at is the NADEX platform, the best platform that there is to trade on, in my opinion. When you guys come on, make sure that you like the video, share the video, all that good stuff. All right. If you're new, excuse me, and it's your first time here, if you have questions about NADEX, the platform, the market, feel free to ask your question. You can just post in the chat on whatever platform you're on. So currently we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitter. So you can type into the chat on whichever platform you're on, and you'll be able to ask whatever your question is, or you have a comment or whatever. Feel free. Okie doke. All right, so we have in the building with us, I see Stacy, I see Sadiq, BCJ, Tavares, Maui, Jeff, Jamal, Nico. All right, cool. Champion Weight, what's happening? All right. Champ is holding it down. I saw him early on the podcast too. Shout out. It's good stuff. All right, so this yeah, we definitely don't. He ain't telling nothing but the truth. Yeah, we don't sleep. We just rest. We rest in between. Sure enough. Rest in between. Yeah, I was actually watching the market for a little bit, and I like what I saw. I like how the market is looking right now. It's looking really good. So what I tend to do is I'll just observe, especially when I know that the market is moving the way that we would like it to overall. I observe, because what happens is when you observe and you know that the time is right in the market, you may just get presented with a trade opportunity. And for us, that basically is what constitutes exactly what we're waiting for. So it's not just about waiting for the market to present us with stability, which is what we are waiting for. But once the market presents stability, it needs to also position itself relative to the trades that we can take on this platform. So we trade binaries on NADEX on this platform. And binaries are a very powerful instrument because they allow you to capitalize on your understanding of how the market is actually moving, right? Simple decision to make when you trade binaries, just be correct about where the market ends. So in other words, if you are observing the market and or I should say through your observation, you're seeing that the market is moving stable. The actual movement is stable. Of course, there are other things to consider, like speed. The market also has speed inherently in it. It doesn't just necessarily move in one particular way. It moves in a myriad of different ways. And you need to be able to identify and recognize the type of movement that you see and to know what it means as far as the market ultimately positioning itself when its movement is stable, right? So if you really had to put it like in a nutshell, it's learning how to understand what you're looking at, what it means, and then how that turns into a profitable trade. That's it. Period. There's nothing else to do. Now, why is that so important to you, especially on this platform? Because on this platform, you can scale. This is the beauty of NADEX. Scale, as in when you initially begin trading on the platform, you can start with one contract with $100. And by simply being consistent and winning trade after trade, I don't mean taking trade after trade. I'm talking about applying a process that leads to a winning trade. Applying that process, one trade after the next. What will ultimately happen is you can scale up the size of the trades that you're taking. When you're fully confident in the process that you use, knowing that it leads to the same outcome each time, that confidence is what will allow you to scale up fearlessly. You won't be scared to do it. And the reason that that's important is because you shouldn't be scared at all when you're trading. So you need to be able to do something that has no emotion involved in the process. And a winning process does that for you every time. So the reason that we'll consistently win these trades when we take them is because we'll wait for the market to give them to us. Super important. And that's different than the way that most people look at the market. They don't look at trading like that. You know, most people are wondering what I'm talking about. What you mean you wait for the market? Well, exactly what I described a moment ago as far as how the market moves. When you realize that it's stability in the market's movement that leads to you knowing where the position will be when a binary expires, it changes the game altogether. It changes everything, because now what that means is you can wait for the market to present that level of stability. You can wait for the market to position itself properly in order for that winning trade to come. You can wait. You don't have to rush. You don't have to try to jump into trades. Oh, Mark, is this a trade? Oh, I could have took that one at one. You don't have to do that, putting yourself in a vulnerable position because you're flipping a coin, guessing whether or not you'll be right. You see, you can just simply wait for trades to come at the right time and know the outcome of every trade that you're going to take. That's it. You can do that. See, or you can do what most people do. I'm going to try to get a trade in tonight. Well, what makes you think the market's going to be stable tonight? Well, the market ain't stable tonight. You still going to take a trade? More than likely you are. That's the difference. That's the difference. We're so disciplined here in TA. Even when the market is stable, we still won't take a trade if the market don't give it to us. Hold on. Whoa. That's different. That's different right there. Did you hear what I just said? Even when the market is stable, we still won't take a trade unless the market delivers the trade to us. This is why the results are going to be different for us. That's just it. Our results will be different. So, especially for those of you who are newer, when you hear the way that I talk when it comes to the market, you begin to get a clear understanding of why it makes sense, one, and two, why what you currently do does not work for you. Because I'm pretty sure that the majority of people that will seek out information are doing so because they are not having success with what they're currently doing. You typically don't seek out information if you have success. You typically don't seek out information if you are successful already. It's one of the reasons why I don't look at anyone else. People ask me all the time, "Oh, do you know such and such and this guy and this dude, he does Forex too." I have no idea who anybody is. Why? Because I'm successful at what I do. So I don't really concern myself with what anyone else is doing. Does that make sense? So that's the same thing that goes on with when people are looking. The reason that you're looking is because you're not successful at what you're doing. And it's okay. Like it's not like you should feel bad because of that. You should seek out direction and guidance for what it is that you're trying to accomplish. And you need to also identify what it is that you're trying to accomplish. It's like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to get rich overnight? Or are you trying to make this a career for you in trading, or perhaps just a means or a vehicle for you to achieve freedom for yourself? Which one is it? See, because whichever one it is going to determine the way that you go about things. And that's just it. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting, the whole dynamic of what goes on. See, like for example, this right here, let me just box this in real quick. This market gonna stay up here. You see what this is? Market gonna stay up there. Now, mind you, this is the end of the binary. There's about 21 seconds left on the clock. Now, the reason that I know that that's going to be the case is not because I'm some type of magician or man, he knows what the market's going to do. It's not that I know what the market is going to do. I know what the market is doing. And when you know what the market is doing, you trade with confidence because you know the outcome of the trade before you take it. That's the level that you want to achieve before you start trading. See, and this is another problem. People want to take trades before they learn stuff. You want to trade before you have skill. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you want to put money on the line when you don't have a skill set that can leverage that money into something that is substantial, something of value? So your skill is actually the leverage, because your skill is what will take a small amount of money in your account and grow it consistently over time. And not just over time, but consistently through profitable trading. See? So anyway, NADEX is powerful. NADEX is awesome. NADEX gives us an opportunity to capitalize on the way that we understand the market and how the market moves. Like right now, we're observing the market. I know exactly what I'm looking at. The market is stable. The market's behavior is stable. And when the market is stable, it is also best for you to wait for the market to give you a trade instead of you trying to force your way into one. So there's certain behavior that we develop within the skill set because this is how we're trained to be. Like I condition everyone that I train, including myself, to only wait for the market to deliver an actual trade when the timing is right in the market. So there are things that need to take place, period. You need the right timing, meaning, is the market stable? Yeah, the market's stable. All right, cool. Market also needs to get in position relative to one of these options. See, it needs to give you an option. So the market gives you an option. You now have the market in position. You see, it's in position now relative to the option that is relevant for the position that the market is in. Just like how people be like, well, Mark, how do you know what strike price to trade? The market going to clearly let you know what strike price to trade. It's going to be the one that is relevant to the position of the market. So just looking at, the chart, like even right now, people in general typically will look at this and be like, oh, look at this. We got an uptrend. They drawing lines. As soon as they come on here, they want to start drawing lines. We don't use lines at all. We don't got to draw nothing. The only reason I got this green line here is just so that you can see where your strike price is. I move this around so I'll know where the relevant strike is at the time. That's it. So here's an example. Let's look at this. So right now we got a minute and 25 seconds left on the clock. So we're going to look at this, right? Now, if you looked at the way that the market is moving, you can see that the market has stability present. And as you watch and observe, and this is, matter of fact, this is a good one, because right now you can see that the market is coming back now, right? So let's just continue to watch. When you're watching the market, the key word is dominance. So you need to see and recognize, all right, what behavior is dominating the market? What movement is dominating the market? Is it stable movement or is it unstable movement? And once you know the answer to that question, it clarifies everything that you observe when you're looking at the chart. Everything that you observe when you're looking at the market, period. Clarifies everything. Now, let's take this as an example. I'm going to box in this candle, right? Now, if you see this candle here, I want you to tell me, just look at it. Let me do this. Look at this candle and look at the candles before this one. And tell me, what do you notice different about this one versus these candles before it? Just look at it. What's different about this one? Here, let me move this line out the way so you can see the candle. What is different about this one in the box? Because I'm going to help to just educate a lot of people also while we're doing observation. Just take a look. What's different about that candle? Yeah, I take a sip of water while I wait. All right, boom. There it is. Here we go. Otis is on it. Ray Young is on it. Lanita's on it. The wick. It's the wick. Right now. Sadiq said Wikipedia. Come on, Sadiq, cut it out. But anyway, yes, it's the wick. So now, if you look at the overall market now, This the only oddball looking candle, really. It's kind of like the only one that looks like that. How do the other ones look? They don't look like that. They don't have that wick. They don't really have no wicks. This one, no wick, no wick, no wick, no wick, none, 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 none. Wickless. And a wick is just simply an indication that there was movement from one position to another during the candle, and the movement was away from a position that the market extended to. So, for example, at the top of this candle, the market moved up to, but it didn't stay up there. It came down. That's why you got the wick at the top, right? Coincidentally, it just happens to be the only one that did that. So now when you ask the question of is the market stable, when you look at that, you're gonna say what? If I asked you, hey, is the market stable right now? Is it stable? What would your answer be? What would your answer be? And this is going to be good. Fonz, what's good? Oh, that's JT. What's up, JT? Yeah, you're gonna have to stop this. You're gonna have to stop it, please. I wick a candle wood. Yeah, y'all are stupid. All right, so okay, so Lanita said no. Um, Champ said no. Anyone else? And maybe I didn't ask the question properly. Let me rephrase the question. Is the overall market stable or not? Let me rephrase the question. You see this candle with the wick on it, but look at everything. Look at all the candles. Is the overall market stable? Yes or no? That's the question. Jamal said no. Jamal, listen to listen to the way I rephrase the question. Is the overall market stable? Look at everything. You see the one with the wick on it, but look at all of them. Now we got it. Here we go. Lanita, yes. Ray Young, yes. Otis, yes. See? So when you hear me say, look at the market, we're talking about the whole market. I don't want you to isolate one piece. It's like one bad apple spoiling the bunch type of thing, but just take the bad apple out. So when you remove the bad apple, it ain't gonna spoil the rest of them. Make sense? So now, if you took that one bad apple out of the equation, how is the overall market looking? It's looking stable. So this is what I mean about dominance. What behavior is dominating the market? That's how you know what the market is doing. Now, let's say that it was flipped around. Let's say that candle with the wick on it was a candle without a wick on it, and all these other candles had wicks on them. In that instance, then you would be like, yeah, clearly the market ain't stable because all these candles got wicks on them. All these candles, is doing it, the market is moving around and doing too much. And that's how you can distinguish between stability versus instability. So now when you take the time to observe the market, it becomes natural for you to recognize what the market's doing. It just becomes natural. You start to understand, like, wait, let me look at this. And when you start looking, you start seeing instead of you looking and guessing or not understanding what you're seeing. Like you're not recognizing what you're seeing. That's where most people fall when it comes to looking at the market. That's why they want to buy a strategy or get some signals, because they don't want to take the time to look. If you just look at the market tells you everything about what it's doing. It's telling you everything. So this is where the skill set plays a part. It's just like how people are confused about the consistency. They're still wondering, like, damn, how he win all these trades? How are they winning these trades? And the way that we win trades is because we wait. See, that's all it is. It's just a matter of waiting. Just like I said, we're so disciplined, we won't even take a trade if the market doesn't give us one, even if the market is stable. So even though the market is stable, if it doesn't present us with an actual opportunity that we know it's giving to us, we still don't do anything. And that discipline is exactly what is required in order for you to execute the skill set. In order for you to apply this process over and over again, you need that discipline too. This is why you have to work on your mindset. So a lot of people don't see the reason that they should work on mindset, which is to me ridiculous. It's like, really? You serious? Like you need to work on your mindset before you do anything, because you don't have what it takes just to apply the process the same way every time without doing something else. So if you can't do that, how are you going to actually be patient enough to wait for the market to give you money? Because remember, on this platform, we can scale. So where you are now is not where you're gonna be. You might be on trade 1 now, but eventually you're going to be on trade 21. And if you're applying this process, you're going to be winning from 1 to 21. And by the time you get to 21, the size of that trade ain't going to be the same size as it was on trade 1. Ain't going to be the same size as it was on trade 2 or 5 or 10. You're following me, right? We can scale. So this is why the skill set is that important. It's that important that you need to have it before you start trading. Don't just come on the platform applying the parameters that you hear, oh, I figured it out. Mark is entering here. He's waiting for this, and then the +1, blah, 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 blah. Bang. And then you taking trades like that, not understanding what you're looking at in the market. Don't develop trade mode tendencies. See? Because I'm not teaching you that. That's not what I'm conditioning you to do at all. You see what I'm doing right now. Market looks great right now. Did it give us a trade yet? Nope. So, all right, so what do we do? Wait. That's all. Just wait. Eventually it'll come. And knowing that it'll come means that you're fully confident every time that you do enter into a trade. And the same outcome will be the same thing each time that you enter a trade, because you waited. You see? Super important, man. Yeah, I see. Y'all just ain't gonna stop, huh? Wiggity, 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 wiggity. Yeah, I kind of miss Chris Cross though. I was a Chris Cross fan back in the day. I ain't gonna front. Oh, you know what? I think one of them died, if I'm not mistaken. And you got to be kind of older to know who Chris Cross is. Some of y'all may not know who Chris Cross is. Some of y'all millennials, they don't even know what I'm talking about. Chris Cross made that song. The Mac Daddy make you jump, jump. The Daddy Mac can make you jump. See, you probably heard that song before and didn't know who it was, but yeah, that's who Chris Cross is. But anyway, yeah, y'all are funny. See, we got some old heads in here. But yeah, so you can see as you develop this skill set, you start to recognize exactly what the market is doing. So you don't ever have to wonder or guess about what it's doing. You know what it's doing. You know when it positions itself. You know when it's not positioned yet, right? All of these things apply. And as you just continue to grow and to elevate because you train, understand that the training kicks in at some point, like fully. The day gonna come where it's like, damn, you just get on the platform and you just boom, you just know. You know exactly what you're looking at, you know exactly what you're waiting for, and you don't do nothing else. You just wait just for that, and that's it. And that's where you want to be. See, it's not a bad thing. Some people make it seem like that, man. I don't know if I can do this. You clearly can do this. But what you're really saying is you don't know if you want to develop patience. You don't know if you're ready to develop the discipline that you need. That's kind of what you're really saying. But you will be. You will be. You know why? Because it's a lot of money to be made, period. A lot of money. And that money equals freedom. One did die, right? Yeah, that's funny. Ray Young, she said she wore. I don't think I ever took it that far, but that's crazy. Yeah, they were doing that. You're right. They had the jeans to the back. Yep. Oh man. Right. Chris Kelly. Thank you, Jeanette. That was his name. Yeah, I think it was the brown skin one, not the light skin one, the other one. Yep, Chris Kelly. Um, 100%. Look what Otis said. Only thing that changes is literally the contract size. That's it. That's it. That's it. The process never changes. The outcome never changes. Come on, man. Come on. You trying to tell folks, man. Process never changes. So, yeah, and it just, just like with anything else, with time, if you're consistent with something, time is what makes it pop. With anything that you do, you know, it's a matter of doing it though. I know that for some people, it's kind of difficult to incorporate the level of training that they'd like to do, but you don't have to do as much as you think that you have to do. If I give you an example, if all you did was just 301 every day, just keep doing that. Just do that for now. Um, Everybody can't catch these, the live observation. I come on late at night. Like right now, it's 1:30 in the morning. Everybody not up, but 35 of y'all are up. You understand what I'm saying? So you never know where you can fit in and grab a piece of something that's going to train and elevate you, because this is always training. Like this training is ongoing. Right now, I'm training you. On the podcast, I'm training you. And of course, you in the group chat, training all day, 24/7. Live training. You see? Playlist training. It's nonstop. So as you continuously do it, it just begins to activate all the things in you that are being planted. Like seeds are planted every time that you tune into something. Live observation, podcast, live training, playlist, whatever it is. Seeds are being planted in you. And time is what keeps going by. And those seeds, they're getting watered because you keep staying close. You keep 301 in. every day. Let me hit 301 real quick. Just press play on it. That's watering the seeds. Hold on. Gotta say that again. 301 is watering the seeds. Them seeds is growing. See, and I love it too because you don't realize it. You don't even know that this is happening to you. But I'm telling you, this is what's happening. This is why I always say, stay close. Stay close. Come on now. Stay close. But anyway. Yep, this is different, man. This is a lot different than what a lot of people are doing. I mean, I done seen a lot. I seen it all, I would say, in the investment world and in the trading world. I kind of been around for a long time doing this. So I seen damn near everything. And I've never seen where you can leverage your skill the way that you can with this platform. I've never seen this before. And I've seen, like I said, everything, all type of stuff, brokers, different types of trading that you can do. Anything you can think of, derivatives, grains, commodities, futures, Forex, stock market, day trading, all of it. I was on Wall Street when I was a kid. I lied about my age and I was an apprentice for a brokerage firm. A dude, he wanted to hire me because I was smart and I knew how to look at the market. This was back then. I was like 16. Lied about my age. He's like, yeah, well, you 18 today. I'm like, all right, that's fine with me. But it put me in position to learn. I had access to information and I got to learn and see stuff. So I'm going through this in my own head because I'm like, this is a lot of time that I've been exposed to just the overall markets in general and the industry. So I'm very familiar with stuff. And for me to say that this platform is that powerful, it means a lot because I've seen a lot. I've seen it all. Like for real. Because even now, when I compare it just to other stuff that, that's out there that you can utilize, there's a lot of different ways to go about doing things. But you don't always have a laid out blueprint to do something. A lot of times you just seeking out information and that's all it is information. It's not an actual blueprint to execute the information. But that's what you have here. You got everything here. Like the blueprint is here. The information is here. You see? The support, the ongoing, like you listening to it every day, literally. If I'm not on here live doing something, you have something that you can listen to that I just did that was live. All of that is just constant boom, boom, boom. Do you think that you listening to stuff every day and being tuned in and plugged in, you think that you're not going to grow and learn? You are going to grow and learn. I don't care who you are. Like literally, it doesn't matter who you are, what level you're on or anything. You're going to grow. And I'm telling you, when you have this skill set, it's a wrap. It's all over, man. Changes everything. The whole narrative for what you want to do changes. See, like it's like, see, money can change your zip code, like where you live. When you start to be able to move around like that, things are different. It's like you literally can live wherever you want to live. You're not living where you can afford to live. Hold on. Hold on. You can live where you want to live. Do what you want to do. I don't want, you know what? We're going to just travel for a minute. Stuff like that. That's why it's called freedom. It means you can do what you want. This is different, man. Like I never understood why people never really kind of understood what freedom was. I understand it clearly. I see it clear as day. I'm like, yo, freedom, man. Freedom is no joke. People look at you different. They talk to you different when they know that you at a certain level, not just as far as financially, but mentally. Somebody can just talk to you. They can tell. They're like, wait, something different about him. Something different about her. They sound different. Trying to tell you, man. Duke Dykes, what's happening? 301 over Pete. Waiting for the first one to know. Come on now. Waiting for the first one to know. Yeah, appreciate that, Otis. Otis says, thankfully to be here on NADEX and especially part of TA. You know what it is, man. You know what it is. Sadiq hit it on the head. You have no choice but to grow, right? It's like it's inevitable. It's inevitable. Fonz, what's happening, man? Okay. Oh, man. Let me see what Jamal said. Mark transcended time. He excelled into his future to be able to help us. He had a credit owed to him, so Tom said, here it is now at 16, so you can be ready for TA at 40. Whoa. Whoa. He in the abyss somewhere. Catch that. That's hard. That's hard. Wow. That's crazy right there. Yo, hold on. Let me look at this real quick. Let's take a look at this. Let's zoom in on this. All right. So here's a good example, right? So did you see how this just now was positioned here and it started to come down towards the strike? We already know what that means next. So you see how our process instantly is keeping us out of guesstimates. We are not going to ever end up in a trade that we're guessing about because the entire process that we use is keeping us out of the market when we don't need to be in the market because it's a guess. A guess is the equivalent of a coin flip. See, it can go either way. I mean, right now, just look at what it's doing right now. Moment ago, about 15 seconds ago, this candle was up above this green line. Look at where it is now. So somebody not in the know, they could have seen this and they got excited. Ooh, yeah, look at that. I'm gonna take that. And they take that trade and they crying right now. They hurt. See, and this is another thing too. This was like a slow hurt because it didn't happen fast either. That thing moved down towards, I would say, the last 10 seconds of the binary. So you just die slow. That's the worst way to die in the market. Worst way to die. So anyway, so just stuff like that, just as an example, we ain't gonna be in none of that. This is why we wait. And we're sharp and we develop the discipline and we have the patience. And we just let the market give it to us. So, when you just think about it, is the market ever wrong? Is the market ever wrong? The market's never wrong. So if you align yourself with what the market is doing, you already know the outcome of what you're doing. Every time. Every time. This is hard. Jamal said process will protect you from deception. Yeah, instantly. Sadiq said, you heard how fast and quick he said next? It was like, Next. Oh man, it was instantaneous. Yep, but nothing like them slow hurts, man. And people go through that and it discourages them. See, like, there's another thing too about over trading too much and doing too much. When people be taking all these trades and doing all of this extra stuff, it's like you setting yourself up to be hurt because you have an emotional reaction to when you lose. You know what's crazy? And I can't really speak that much on it, but I can only speak on what I can imagine it would be like. When you develop into the mindset that we have to have first before we can apply this process successfully, even if you lose, you don't be emotional about losing. It has to be like that. Like, matter of fact, I'm trying to think back of when I did this. This had to be 2 years ago, like within, or at least within the last 2 years. I was at Starbucks doing a Saturday recap. I don't know why I've been watching these as of late, but I've been watching old ones. So I was doing a recap, and I was talking about this very thing. I'm like, listen, during your time as you're growing and as you're learning, if you happen to take a loss during your time of growth, understand that you not only are developing the skill set, but you have the skill set. You just are working on the execution of it. So being that you have the skill set, do it again. Do it again. Like, there's a whole video. I think I even did. I pulled the clip and everything, and had put that out at the time. It's like, when you have this skill set, just do it again. That's it. Even if you lose, but we know that you're not going to lose because you're going to do it right the first time. But I'm just saying, even if you were to lose, do it again, because you have what it takes to do it. You see, do you understand that? You can do it again. Look. I did Project 21 3 times since when was the first one I did? I think the first one was last year. So within a year, maybe a year and a half, within about a year and a half, because the first time I did it, it took 19 weeks, but it was supposed to take 21 weeks because I was doing one trade a week. So that was the first time I did it. Then I did it again when I did 30 trades to freedom for the first time. And then I did it again last week or the week before. So 3 times. Do it again. Like, y'all understand what I'm saying? So you have the skill set already. You're just learning how to execute the skill set. You know the process. You're learning it. You understand what to recognize in the market. This is why when we do all of this, it just reinforces everything you know already. It's bringing it out of you, which is what education is. Education is not putting stuff into you, it's bringing stuff out of you. So you're learning how to bring out your discipline, bring out your patience. I might be getting a little too deep for some folks. You got patience and discipline in you. Everything we do is bringing it out of you. You already got it. Just deep, man. Deep. I ain't saying slap no more, don't get shot. Shoot, I know for some, that's what it feel like. Feel like they got popped. Crazy. Yes, 100%. JT says stable repetition and belief. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. You messed up, do it again. He said you can recover from a slap. Right. Right. You might not recover. You might not recover from the two shots. Oh man. You might meet your makeover for that. Crazy. Yeah, man. But so that's what it is. This is not it's not difficult to do. I think that the most difficult part really of all of this is really just dealing with your own stuff. You know, you got your own bullshit with you and you just need to work through it. And that's it. Like that's mainly what it is. That's why I focus so much on the mindset aspect of it and I talk about mindset stuff, patience, discipline, focus. Like why is that so important to me? Because that's what you got to have first. You got to have that before you start doing this. People want to try to do this without that. Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like how are you going to do this without doing that? You telling me you want to come on the market and start trading and you don't have no patience. That's what you're telling me basically. You don't have no discipline, but you want to trade. What part of the game is that? Market to tear you up. Not the market might tear you up. Market is going to tear you up. Not because the market is looking for you or hunting you down. Market don't even know that you're there, but it's still going to tear you up because you're out of alignment. You out of order. You out of order trying to come into the market and do stuff and don't have no patience, no discipline, no nothing. Out of order completely. 100%. Look what Jeanette said. Get out of your own way. Come on. Why does this keep doing this? What is this? Sorry about that. Get out of your own way. Come on now. Hold on. That's Don DeMarco right there. Don DeMarco. Don DeMarco. There it is. Overcome them level devils. I don't know if you heard the benediction. That was a good one tonight. Or 9 minutes of it. He went in. He was like, listen, tonight is black church. 9-minute benediction. That's funny. Yep. So the market is still looking good. Still looking good. It just ain't give it up yet. That's all. That is all. It's interesting too. I've noticed that market has actually been pretty consistently being stable at these times. Usually around 2 o'clock, like 2 a.m. That's when London opens. So anytime another market opens, like in another part of the world, there's usually more volume and activity that comes. So go right back into being stable the way that it is now again. So that's another thing too about trying to figure out, oh, well, Mark, when's the best time? There's no best time. Just learn the process and apply the process, and you'll know when the right time is. Look, look, look. Bring that back. It ain't about the best time. It's about the right time. Come on now. It's about the right time. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, excuse me. Oh man, sorry about that. Oh, there's the yawn. Y'all know what that means. Them pillows is calling. Yeah, trying to take a trade that's not yours. Exactly. Exactly. Instead of receiving what the market wants to give. Such a peaceful way to be in this market, man. Stress free. Stress free, man. Not worrying about it. All right, Walker. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up myself. I'm getting tired, man. I actually got tired like out of nowhere just now. Crazy. I'm gonna stick it out till 2. So I'm gonna watch these. I'm gonna watch 2 more binaries and get ready to wrap it up. Get ready to wrap it up. So for any of you, if any of you missed the podcast earlier today, Okay, there it goes. Yeah, I don't know what just happened. Something just happened, but it's working back now. Mhm. Mhm. Here I can see why you have no pricing, but this is actually doing what we wanted to do, but it's slightly out of the position for pricing to be there. Slightly out of the position for the pricing to be there. But that right there, that's beautiful right there. You see that? It's like art. It's like looking at art. Yep, but slightly out of position. You'll never find. Um, you're gonna miss. You're gonna miss. All right. You know it. Transcending time. Transcending time. Ooh, oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Excuse moi. Sadiq is on it. You know what Moses means? Do y'all know the definition? Well, not the definition, but the meaning of the name. Very interesting meaning. Very much so. I'll give y'all a hint. Let's see if anybody knows. I'll be very surprised if anyone knows. And there goes the London Open right there. See this activity coming in? That's London. Ooh. Yep. Moses is the water, baby. Come on now, talk to the water. Talk to me. Yep, that is the meaning of Moses. Sadiq is on it. He who came from the water. When he was a baby, and he was in that basket, that's where Pharaoh's daughter pulled him from, the water. Come on now. Well, I like that. SG, Brooklyn Moses delivering TA followers, parting the market waters. You know, I found it interesting too that later on, he parted the water. Think about that for a minute. He parted the sea, right? He came from the water. He was one with the water. All right, I'm gonna stop. All right, man, we're gonna wrap it up. So appreciate you guys for tuning in to the live market observation. We'll be back on the podcast tomorrow, Friday. Yeah, we'll do the podcast tomorrow. A little earlier because the market closes early at 4. And that's about it. All right. So as always, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Everybody have an awesome night. And good night. I'm going to bed. All right, y'all. Peace.